Yo guys, what's up? Happy Monday, guys. So, welcome to this week's vlog, or as I call it, a video diary. All right, I think that's the way to put it because I'm, expressing my thoughts and emotions through this video diary. So it's kind of like that scene in The Running Man where he's told to vlog about every every day that he survives, just to tell the people that, oh, he's alive, and he's still going on. Or in Ridley Scott's The Martian, where Matt Damon is vlogging what he does and all that, hoping that there are people that would be listening. So there you have it. So, I just want to share with you just a thought. All right, his film again. Okay, so this is about a film director that I secretly admire. All right, and he's underrated, and not many know that he's a director. Okay, um, not many, meaning that you would be shocked to know and be like, what? This guy's a director? I didn't know that. He's that type of guy. And you know who he is? And I'm sure you know who he is. He's one of the most famous and legendary comedians, still to this day. But he was one of the best before, along the lines of Will Ferrell and Vince Vaughn, Jack Black, And you know who he is? He's Ben Stiller. Okay, Ben Stiller. That's right. Ben Stiller, the Zoolander, dodgeball guy, Starsky and Hutch guy, the partner of Owen Wilson in comedies. Yes, that Ben Stiller. And you'd be surprised. He's an amazing director. And as I dug deep, we also have same similarities, meaning that he draws his inspiration from 70s films. As I read and watched one of his interviews, and he mentions 70s films that he would adore, like Sidney Lumet and the Steve McQueens and stuff. So, and Jaws, Spielberg, and a lot more. The Dustin Hoffmans, he admires all those films, which I also do. So, hey, so yeah, let's share a little bit about Ben Stiller. Okay. All of you know he's a comedian, right? He makes funny stuff, he makes you laugh, he makes you gag and all that. And you see him as like a lively, happy joker, But you have no idea what goes on inside his head. And you'd be surprised, it's pretty dark because of the themes in his films. The one more recently now, maybe the ones before. I'll name you a few films he directed and which are also good films. Okay, one is he directed the film called The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick. All right, if you haven't heard of that film or you haven't seen it, it's a must watch. It's a film about some psycho that's so obsessed with having a best friend, so he targets this guy, and he's psychotic. Probably he needs love or he needs attention and all that, so he becomes obsessed with this guy, thinking that this guy would be his best friend and would hang out with him the whole time. And no, this is not some gay stuff. All right, this is more like a guy just wanting a friend, and he turns out to be some psychotic guy. And Broderick's character is like, this guy's creeping me out. He's following me everywhere, and wanting to be me, and it's a good psychotic comedy thriller, if I would suggest. Yeah, it's a must watch. Jim Carrey, doing what he does best as an actor, and the way he performs, the way he truthfully and honestly performs, how he's just himself. He's not acting, actually. He just likes the gag. That's his world. We get to see it in this film a lot more here because he gets to, if you see him act in this film, It's crazy. So I suggest that. The Cable Guy, it's a good film. Um, what else? Tropic Thunder. That's a good film. It's like if Coppola made Apocalypse Now a comedy, all right, or the Heart of Darkness documentary into a comedy, and it's fun. It's Ben Stiller. He's the actor. He wrote it and produced it. Amazing guy, amazing director, amazing guy too, and it's a good film. I like his style. Then he made Walter Mitty, and the Zoolander sequel was good. It's entertainment. It's a hoot, But he's the guy. He knows how to shoot. He's kind of like Ridley Scott. He knows how to shoot, with all the frames and stuff. He's a good director in storytelling. He's a good storyteller, and he got a little darker. I think when he made this prison film with Benicio del Toro and Paul Dano. All right, it's a true story about two guys that came up with this ridiculous plan of seducing this woman in the ward in prison, to make her help them break out of prison. All right, and that's a series actually, and it's kind of dark. There's some humor, but it's more of a dark film that draws back into the 70s straight time Dustin Hoffman era, and then I haven't seen this series yet. It's called Severance. All right, I read and watched people do adore it, and it got my curiosity, and I want to see it. Actually, I started it, but I stopped. Busy times, but I'll try to come back to it, because I'm a fan of Ben Stiller as a director, and so far his shots are good. It's kind of like a mix of Kubrick and Tarkovsky. His type of directing in this series, Severance, and wow, let's see how it goes. It's kind of like Westworld. It gets kind of sci-fi out there. The dark side of technology, I think. So it's an interesting watch. So, anyways, that's it for me. One of the most underrated filmmakers is Ben Stiller. And if you're a film buff and a film guy like myself, explore Ben Stiller. Check out his works. He's a good director. He's not just a comedian. He also has a dark side, and he has a lot of stories to tell. He's just like Jordan Peele. He's a comedian, but when he made Us and Get Out and what's the other film? Nope. You get to see a different side of Peele. So Ben Stiller, you're the man, dude. He's a great director. Yeah, that's a good example of great directors. Just like Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's a good director. He's a good actor, a good director. So there you have it, guys. Just my thoughts and opinions about Ben Stiller. So that's it. Watch The Cable Guy. It's a good film. That's it, guys. Gotta bounce. So exercise, eat healthy, pray to the Almighty always, and ciao, guys. Stay cool. Bye bye.